let's do a tier list for UK YouTubers. Cal Freezy, I actually rate the Fellas podcast. Content's like, it's 50-50. It's okay sometimes, it's okay not. But he's got the Fellas podcast, and that carries him. And I do really like that. I'm going to put you in great. You're actually like, he's quite funny. Alfie Days, bearable. I feel like he's a nice guy, but it's just not for me. Joe Sugg, I'll put you in good. Yeah, you're good. I like him. I think if he wanted to do YouTube like properly, he could, and he'd be good at it. Next we have Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye is legend tier. Fills me with nostalgia. Is what got me into gaming YouTube initially. Like, he was the one person who I always used to watch. I always used to copy the games he played. Everything. I love the guy. Made Chan with the 5. Oh, thank you so much. Vic. Top of good. I think he doesn't deserve some of the stuff, like the criticisms and stuff he gets. He's actually quite funny. And he's also like, I used to like him when I was into Minecraft. I used to like him, but I feel like he just doesn't like YouTube anymore, and he's a bit lazy with it. I don't know if he just does side member because that's the only thing he's got going. I don't know. I went through a big phase of like binging I'm Alex content, and so he was actually quite funny. I wish he would do a lot more like YouTube content. I'll put him in great because he could be good. Like, if he wanted to. Next, we have Bambino Becky. Bambino Becky is bearable. She's alright, but her whole content is just based around drinking, and it's just not for me. I don't know. I have nothing more to say. Calyx. I am actually just going to put Calyx in Legends here. He's... I loved when he did his, like... I think it was daily. He did like vlogs all the time. He was sick, and whenever he does do content, he does it in like such a good way. I genuinely rate Calyx so much, with the shoes and everything. Like, he's something to aspire to be with that. But just genuinely, like, even just on the content side of stuff, I think he's actually very underratedly funny. He had the roast series. He does other stuff with Movember, so I rate him for that. Any of the videos he does, yeah. I rate him a lot. Casper Lee. Casper Lee is... he's not... I'll put him in bearable. I feel bad. There should be like a middle tier. Or maybe I just move these down. I'm going to move Alfie Days to bad. Yeah. Bad YouTuber. Probably a nice guy, but I don't rate YouTube content. Ali A. And Ali A is bearable. Sort of. He's better than Casper, I think. I don't mind him. It's just sometimes he's a bit... I don't know how to explain it. Memulous. Memulous, I used to watch a lot. I went through like a phase where I binged all his videos. And so for that, I'm going to put him in great. I don't actually know what he does now, though, if I'm entirely honest. I don't know who they are. I feel like I'm going to get shouted for that because they look like they're like some OG types, but... Deji! Oh, whoever made this tier list has done Deji dirty. I'll put Deji in good. I think he's turned himself around a lot. I hope his content follows a similar route in the... I used to watch him quite a bit when I was a kid, and then his content just went a little bit, like, forced and trying too hard. Whereas now, he has taken a bit more of a laid-back approach, and I rate him for it, and I rate him for the boxing stuff as well. Rotashaw. Rotashaw is going in legend here. I love Rotashaw. Funniest side member, in my opinion. I wish he would make solo content. Because when he does, it just absolutely slapped and banged. So I genuinely wish he made more content. I know he still does second channel stuff, but it's not the same. Jackmate, another legend. Happy Hour podcast is one of the best podcasts. So good. I listen to it all the time. It would be literally my dream is to end up on that podcast one day. That if I ever do that, then I've made it. Sound cleared, done. But even when he did YouTube stuff, I always watched him. Funny bloke, like him. Yes, I've never watched him. Joe Weller. It annoys me because I loved his podcast, Waffling, which they've ended. So that's annoying. But I also respect him a lot for everything he's done. I also just think that he's kind of like lost and confused with what he wants to do, because I think he made it too early and then doesn't know what to do now. Probably not, but I don't know. I kind of just wish he'd make some new original ideas in content rather than just trying to recreate stuff that he's done in the past that's worked in the past. Because I think he's capable of it. Like, I genuinely think he's decent. I just wish he'd just stay out of drama and stuff as well. And so I'm going to put him in good. Josh Peters. His videos are actually class. Like, I didn't really know who he was a while ago, but he does videos that, like, the videos he creates are so good and so, like they're almost like little documentary style stuff, and the stuff he pulls off is mental. So I've not watched enough of him to know, but I'm just going to put him in good. KSI. KSI is the go-to of YouTube, realistically, in my opinion, and for me personally. Some people might find him annoying, whatever, but he's the person that I grew up watching. I still watch him now. Every video he uploads, I still watch. His music, genuinely, actually like it. I went to see him live. He's really good live, really good performer. Smashes it with the boxing. He's just the go-to of you, like, in my opinion, the best YouTube person. So for that, he's going to the top of the legend status. I can't remember his name. He's in that weird, like, old school YouTuber British girl phase. Not for me. James Marriott. I've never watched him. I'm not a fan of the music, but that's not to say it's not good. It's just I don't that style of his voice and stuff doesn't appeal to me. I genuinely don't know what his content is. He's been okay on the stuff that I've seen him in, so I'm going to put him at the bottom of good. Next we have Morgs. Morgs is... What's Morgs doing now? Let me have a look. Jesus Christ, he's still pulling views, to be fair. It's just still like the whole clickbaity, shocked face. I just wish he'd grow up a bit, because in the stuff that I've seen him where he's like just talking on like podcasts and stuff, he seems like an alright lad. I think we're the same age, which depresses me. But yeah, I just kind of wish he'd grow as a creator and make some different stuff. But I'm just gonna put him in bearable. Tube Jizzle. I'm gonna put him in good tier. I like him, but again, he doesn't make his own YouTube content as far as I'm aware. And he's alright in Cyberman videos and stuff. True Geordie. I was once like an avid viewer of True Geordie, and I still watch him from time to time. I'm not as much into sport, so I don't watch his like that kind of content. But whenever he does a podcast or True News and stuff like that, I still always watch it. So I'm gonna put him in great. I can't remember his name, but I just know that he belongs in bad. Ethan Bazinga, he was my introduction to the Sidemen. Like, he was the first person of them that I watched when they did GTA races and stuff like that. He was the one that I always watched. I'd never watch any of the others POV, I would always watch him. And then when he started trying to do content, I think it was at the beginning of this year, like he did like Reddits and stuff like that. And I rated them, like I actually thought they were decent. I just wish he'd want to make more content, because I think he could if he wanted to. But I'm going to put him in great, because he was literally the person who like introduced me to the Sidemen, and he's good in the Sidemen videos. PewDiePie, and I think just for everything PewDiePie does, he deserves to be in legend. I don't watch him as much anymore, but I've been through like multiple phases in life where I've just watched all of his videos, and though just like, yeah, he's just great at YouTube. And I used to watch, like, when he like daily uploaded and stuff, there was times where I used to always watch him. So yeah, he belongs to be in legend anyway. Next we have I'm gonna say that's Pyrocynical. I can't exactly tell, but I think it is. Pyrocynical is actually great. I will say, like, some of like the longer form videos and stuff that he does are so good. I wish I could do that. There's like, I watch some of his content and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to create content like that. Guy puts in loads of effort, and people probably don't even like think about it. So yeah. Next we have Steven Tries. Steven Tries is also going in legend tier. In my opinion, one of the funniest people on YouTube. His podcast, hands down my favourite podcast ever. They ended it sort of like a couple of weeks ago, and I was genuinely so sad about it. I've sat in my room like crying, laughing because of how funny his podcast is. His sketches, I think they're alright, like they're decent, but I genuinely prefer him just when it's just him, like just messing around with his friends, like on the podcast or on his second channel. So for me, yeah, he's a legend. Okay, and then we have TGF. TGF are also legends. I rate TGF so much. Childish, incredible brand. I bought the new hoodie, is the alien one, the other day. Quality is ridiculous. Their old videos, I used to watch them all the time, every Christmas calendar that they did. I've not watched them in a while, but I've been through phases where I watch them religiously, and yeah, so sick. Also, like, they once did, like, it was almost like a reality show type thing, and it was so underrated. They did like 4 or 5 episodes, I think, and it was just them in a house with like a couple of other mates, and it was sort of sketchy but also sort of reality, and it was so good. So good. Syndicate I'm gonna put in great. There was a time in my life where I used to watch his Life of Tom daily vlogs. I used to watch them daily, like every single day, or if I'd miss a day, I'd have to catch up, and I'd have to watch like 2 back to back. He's also just like a legend of like the Call of Duty community and stuff like that. So yeah, he's Simon Mini Minter. Now I actually I'm gonna straight up say this, and I'm gonna put him in legend. I genuinely don't think that he gets the recognition and like credit that he deserves. Like, I think he holds his tongue a bit in Sidemen videos because of sort of criticisms and hate from people, but when he wants to, he's actually like genuinely really funny. I just respect him because his work ethic is unreal. The fact he does his main channel videos sort of I think weekly, does daily second channel videos with gaming. He has a clips channel, a shorts channel. He does his What Goods podcast with Randolph, which I watch all the time. Apparently, I'm sure I read or heard on something that he does most of the more Sidemen stuff. Genuinely just deserves way more credit than he gets, I think. Dan TDM, I've just never watched him, but he seems okay. I'm just going to put him in bearable, but I don't watch him. Zerka, Josh, I'm going to put him in great. I think he's coming to his own a lot with the Twitch streams recently, and he gets a lot more respect now. It's a well-known fact that he basically is the reason that a Sidemen do a lot of decent stuff and good stuff. So I think he works well as like an ideas guy. He's actually got some funny moments. I think he also, again, doesn't get some of the credit that he deserves. So yeah, Will and E. I used to really like Will and E, and I still do actually. I'm gonna put him in great. I'm not a fan of his recent content. It's a little bit overproduced for me, but also at the same time, I like it for that. I like it for that overproducedness in the sense that I respect the quality of like the edit and the video and everything, but I don't think it suits him, in my opinion. I don't know so well which she's okay, she's a nice person. I'm just gonna put it in bearable though, because the content. I've been around Anna's house once, and she had a Zoel video on, and she was just sat in a baby room doing absolutely nothing. It had like 2 million views, and she was just talking. Or like, she's just like looking at Alfie and asking a question, and it's like, cut it out, edit it. I'm convinced that she does not. She probably doesn't even edit her own videos, but the editor doesn't even edit them. It hurts me to watch her videos. You know what? Screw that. She's going in bad because, ugh. And that is my British YouTuber tier list.